All right. So storyline wise, after a hell of a match, Cody and Solo, bravo to those guys. If I crapped on the SummerSlam match, which I did as much as I could, this was 3 times better. So bravo to both of them. Did what they needed to do. Hell of a way to start SmackDown. And thought we was done seeing Cody, right? And Cody comes out after Roman locks up his own family in the cage, closes that door. Get what we get. And Cody already said earlier in the show, hey, I'm not tagging with this guy. I'm done with bloodline business. Rhodesia, what did you feel about Cody Rhodes saying?
We said we was doing just the storyline first.
This is the storyline. What did you feel about Cody Rhodes saying, I'm done with this. This has nothing to do with me. God bless, but I am out of this equation.
Dude, no, I say with my chest. I say, like, why Cody acting like a little bitch?
Number one face in the company. So I just started watching, what's it called? The Boys?
The Boys.
Just started watching The Boys. I know I'm late. Super, super late. I think I'm on episode 4 of season 1. So I just started. I'm hooked. But, I kept seeing all this stuff online about how, like, Cody was Homelander. And I knew kind of the character, but I didn't really know until I started watching. I really think, and he would never admit this, and maybe he will one day, but Cody's a liar, so we may never get out of him. I truly believe he is playing the Homelander character, but he's playing it straight as a babyface. I think he is truly taking that character and saying, okay, how can I continue to run as this number one babyface, but still move? And if we ever wanted to do some revisionist history, if we ever wanted to do a look back about how I was a heel this entire time, we can point to things that says I was a heel. And we talked about it a little bit with this title run. Almost tried to commit murder against AJ Styles after his mama told him to do it.
But that part doesn't make him a heel, though. Mama told you to do, you got to do it.
About to commit murder. You're the number one babyface. You can't commit murder.
But if your mama told you to do it, you better.
Can't do it. You can't do it. My goal, Roman Reigns never tried to commit murder when he was the number one babyface. So we go through that whole thing.
He ate dog food.
So Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes is now teaming up against Solo and Jacob Fatu at Bad Blood. Which, I told you you should have won, brother. Them tickets sky high now. You will be watching that joint on TV, I am sure, in that beautiful home of yours. But so if we're starting with storyline, let's talk about how we got there. And then really, I guess, I didn't think Bad Blood needed this at all. I do think I know where this is going, which I'm excited to talk about too. But what'd you guys think about how it played out on SmackDown? Hell of a SmackDown. That's one of them type of things that SmackDown was a show where I'm like, there's somebody in the world who thought that show sucked. Right? That's, everybody's got their own opinion. I thought SmackDown was almost a perfect wrestling show. But let's talk about how we got there. And then the match at Bad Blood, Roman and Cody teaming up before Survivor Series War Games to take on the Bloodline.
Before I answer that, I do want to say that I really, really, really enjoyed that Cody Solo match. This was probably the first time where I actually felt like, Solo, you kind of the man. And I never quite felt that before. So I have to give both of them mad props. An amazing match that they put on.
Do you know Solo's word yet to his theme song?
Oh, man. I do, but you had me on the spot. I won't be able to do it. You already got me calling Cody a bitch on live television. Me on live.
2 episodes ago, you were supposed to come back and rap that theme
song.
But
I was ready at the beginning of it. No, I can't do it. I'm under pressure there. But how we got here, I think that you have to give the people Roman before War Games. I mean, just because there already is some people who feel like Roman is a part-timer. He needs to be there more. He's cool and everything, but I'm not going to be like rah-rah for him because he's not around. So the only place to get in is really Bad Blood before War Games. And now that we know right after that Solo Cody match, they pretty much plugged War Games right away. So even if, and I remember people saying that WWE spoon feed their fans information, but but it did. It works. And to me, I'm like, yep, okay, I gotta see this now at War Games. I know they placed that properly where they're supposed to at the end of that match, but now I am interested in War Games. We just know that we can't have Roman fighting in any capacity before War Games. And if we do, it would have to make sense. Again, I wouldn't want it to be a solo match. So now we have it where he's in a tag team. And I think it's fitting. I'm cool with it.
I don't remember too much of the show besides Roman and Cody. And that reminded me of so much of the Mega Powers uniting, like the hands coming together. I thought it was fantastic. Now, as far as like when in the scene where Cody was like, "Yo, I'm done with them," I was like, they probably should have did it a little bit differently. But in the same time, though, it kind of makes sense, man. Like, look, him and Roman ain't friends. Like, right. Roman made his ass. Like they had a huge beef with each other for over 2 years. And like that Roman said in his interview when he came out there, like, I ain't changed. I'm still the same dude. Like, right? He hasn't really redeemed himself. He hasn't done anything to take away from the horrible, like, big villain aura that he has, right? He hasn't done anything to redeem himself really from the fans, but we cheer him, right? Everybody wanted to cheer him anyway. Like, but he just was did such a great job as a villain that you wanted to cheer him, which is why when Cody came across and he was like the big baby face, the universe embraced, like, all right, we finally got a big time baby face to go against this big time heel, which is why the match at 39 and 40 worked so well, right? But at the same time, like, Roman is still a villain character. He hasn't atoned for any of his misdeeds. He can explain around it. He can be Magneto, right? There's a reason to there's a method to the madness. But at the end of the day, this is still a villain who did all these horrendous things to people, and particularly to Cody, like, right? And he trashing him, dragging his name for years. Now all of a sudden, like, I'm supposed to team up with this dude? Like, nah, I'm done. Let Roman. Like he gotta lay in his bed, right? He made this mess, like he made Solo. Now you're gonna have to take care of Solo. But at the same time, like, this is gonna give like the Cody haters, some of them on my podcast with me, like something to talk shit about, and that's cool. That's beautiful. Love who you love. But what I know when I turn on my TV, the man I support, is that this hate that I hear is a fraction of the audience. So when this guy is selling millions of shirts, I just say, flip the birds, y'all. Shut the hell up. Fuck you, it's Cody. Let's go. And at Bad Blood, we got Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. By God, Cody Rhodes. It's gonna be a great match. At the same time, I do wish I was at the show. Slightly.
Hey.
Slightly.
Okay.
I told you, man. Like,
slightly.
That's a big one, dude.
Slightly.
You got Punk and Drew and Hell in a Cell. Like, that card is coming up magnificently. To your point about the Cody saying, like, I'm done. I loved it. I loved it, one, from a perspective of, so I just like to start shit. So, like, I was like, oh, this is great because I can just make this as a heel. But if we were going to play some type of game on the podcast where you guys say, all right, Matt, you have to defend Cody saying, I'm not helping Roman, it'd be the easiest thing in the world. No, in no world outside of, because he's a baby face, he's a good guy, should he help Roman Reigns?
But
no way in the hell should
Roman
he
Reigns
help.
Came and protected him.
No,
he did
not.
Now.
Roman Reigns came to handle family business.
He didn't come for Cody. He came for
Correct.
Solo.
Come on.
Correct.